Ladies and gentlemen, this is Taylor Momsen. How are you?
Hello, hello. I'm doing very well. How are you, sir?
I am doing very, very good. The new album is killer. Dear God, congrats on that, Taylor. It's
Thank
really.
you. Thank you. I love it. I'm not supposed to say it, but it's my favorite record. So thank you very much.
Tell us a little bit about that process, about the whole album. It seems to me like, as I was listening to it, getting ready for this conversation, which, by the way, thank you for taking some time. It just seems like such a big purge for you and the band. It seems like your doors are a little bit more wide open on this album. Is there anything to that?
I think so. I mean, I went into this album, writing it with the same, quote unquote process that I always do, which is I write songs for myself. So I write songs for me in order to kind of process my life and process me, and because I have something in me that I need to express. It's a tool that I've used throughout my entire life and has served me very well. Um, but when I got into the process of this record, it very quickly became apparent that there was a directness to this record that we've touched upon on previous albums, but not to this extent. Like there's a brutal honesty to this album that is not guised in metaphor. Like it is just simply laid bare for all to hear, which I think creates a very, very special record. It's intimate and vulnerable, but it's aggressive and brutal and loud, and it kind of does all the things that I want it to do. And the way that I've been describing it is it just I don't quite know how to. So it kind of the way I've been saying it is it feels like me. Like this record feels like me and us in the most genuine way possible. Where it almost feels like the first album again, where there's this kind of this purely inspired thing to it that we had on Light Me Up, where uh there's nothing manufactured about it. Like it just is. Like there's an effortlessness to it. So it has that kind of same energy, but from a much more, grown up and mature perspective. I've lived a lot of life and it's all in there.
You have. Now, yeah, and it must be very cathartic to let those walls down. And maybe that's it. It's just pure honesty on a record. And that's got to feel very freeing as you go out and you get on stage and you start performing these songs live and seeing those interactions with somebody who might be going through some of those same things you did or are going through.
Oh, it's beautiful. Like it really is. And from a musical standpoint, this album is very unproduced, like it's very basic as to what we sound like. So to take it from the studio and translate it into the live setting has been very simple. Like it just
Yeah.
is. So that in and of itself makes a very fun record to play live because it's just what we sound like. There's no affect to it. There's no pretense. There's no how do we take this and strip it back to a three-piece band? Like it just is. And so that kind of raw connection, I think that we've created in the songs themselves is palpable and it's felt between me and the audience. And to see their reaction every night of seeing which song is touching which person, and that kind of intimate relationship that we have has just been a really beautiful experience so far. And like we're having the best time on this tour.
I'll bet you are. And yeah, and there is absolutely something to that when you can see how what you're doing is affecting somebody directly right in front of your face and that connection that you have. That's why people like you, and I'm sure you can attest to this, can't wait to get out of a studio, can't wait to get on stage, can't wait to let get out of the cage and just go show this and feel that back and forth.
Yeah, it's powerful. I mean, to me, it's like there's stages of things. So it's like the studio. I always look at the studio. The studio is for me. Like the writing of the record and the recording of the record, that's mine. And then once you've released the record, there's almost this, I always say there's a moment on release day of very real but brief sadness where I'm giving a piece of myself away. I'm giving this collection of songs and this thing that was just mine away to the world, and it no longer belongs to me. Like what it means to me and what I was writing about and my story and my everything it doesn't exist anymore. It belongs to the audience. And that's the point. And so when you get out on the road and you start playing these songs and you start seeing the reactions firsthand, there's this very beautiful thing that happens where the songs transform themselves into everyone else's story. And it's just a very cool feeling that kind of never gets old, and it's never redundant because it's different every single night, and it's just awesome. Like that kind of circle of music is so cool to witness firsthand.
And maybe if you look backwards and you go, well, maybe that's why I called the album Dear God, because that means something different to everybody when they hear it, right? But congrats on the album. Congrats on the single When I Wake Up. We get tons of requests for it all the time. And people are going to see you, if they haven't already, and see The Pretty Reckless opening up for AC/DC. Now, that'll be on Sunday, August 9th. Finish this sentence for me. So Angus Young calls your manager and
It says, I'm a fan of the Pretty Reckless and we want to take them on tour.
what?
Yeah. Insanity.
What
Insanity.
when you found that out? You must have been. Was your head in your hands, like you're going, "Oh my
Yes.
God!"
Well, it's kind of a funny story because when my agent called me, I thought he was kidding. Like I genuinely thought it was a joke. He was playing a joke on me because I had told him not to call me unless AC/DC or the Rolling Stones called me because we were in the studio. So I thought he was just being funny. And then I quickly realized he wasn't. And this was a very real phone call that had happened. And my mind was blown, like on so many levels. Like one, AC/DC even knows who we are. Two, AC/DC is a fan. Three, AC/DC is going back out on tour. They hadn't toured since 2015. And they're calling us right now at this moment in time. Like so many things blew up in my brain. It was like one after the other. Needless to say, that's a phone call you don't say no to, and it has been the greatest experience of our lives. Like I can sit here and genuinely say that I'm very good friends with Angus Young. Like in no world did I ever think that was going to be a part of my life, and it's just been amazing. And they're amazing. Like their show is insane, and Angus is insane, and just the fire and vigor and passion and they're one of the inventors of this, and to that primal energy that is so pure and so encoded in their DNA, to get to witness that firsthand every night has been the most inspiring thing that could have ever happened to me. It's amazing.
I can only imagine. Any pearls of wisdom? Has anything been shared down from AC/DC down to Taylor Momsen and the Pretty Reckless?
Pearls of wisdom. I get asked that a lot, and I think people have a different association with what it's like to tour with, bands and stuff, because we're all just people. So we're more talking like, how was dinner last night? That kind of thing. It's not, but I think the pearls of wisdom, it's less about words and more about witnessing it. Like I think that seeing them every night and getting to know them and seeing it's reinvigorated my love of rock and roll in a way that was never dissipate like I never dissipated for me, but it's reinforced it and shown it to me firsthand in a reality that I can do this for the rest of my life. Like I picked a plausible life goal, and that's inspiring as hell. So it's relit a fire in me that I think every band always needs. And so it's, that in and of itself, I think is the wisdom of that. This is rock and roll is everything. And that's it.
Yeah, yeah, I guess so, man. If you see those guys going at it night after night after night and still doing what they love, it just shows you that path that absolutely you guys can do that forever.
Yeah. And without a dip in passion or energy or anything, like it's just they're on stun as soon as they hit that stage and they leave everything out there. And to see that, it's just you go, yeah, that's the point. That's it. That's it
Right.
right there. That's lightning in a bottle.
And you guys, or if anybody has seen the Pretty Reckless on tour, that's what you guys do on stage. And you are such a great front lady on stage that you command that crowd. And I just see, and you get to see some video footage of, and this is why I brought up that connection, because just to see those people in the front row where you're down with them and you're singing right into their face, and you're
Yeah.
hugging these people in the front row, and they will never forget that, right? And I'm sure you won't either.
No, and I certainly don't. And it's, to have I was just talking about our fans and recently, and I feel very fortunate to have the fan base that we have. Not just in size or any of that, but like the people themselves. I think they really get us. You know, I think like they listen to everything equally. Like they're not there because they've heard one song and like we're not a band of singles, even though we are because we live in the modern paradigm. But the fans that come to the shows, like they really listen to everything equally and they care about the full story and they care about the full picture. And I think that it affects them in the way that I hope that it does. I would never try to dictate and tell you how to feel or what to feel, but as long as you're feeling something. And I think that, and so that kind of response, and loyalty and love that we share is to be cherished. And so like and it translates into the live show because there's that symbiotic kind of connection that can't be imitated and it can't be bought and it can't be manufactured. Like it just is or it isn't, and we have it with them, and it's just very awesome to get to see all the faces every night and create a memory together, like that's the whole point. It's great.
Exactly, it is. Exactly. And that's what keeps you going for sure. Now, I have to apologize because I forgot your birthday this year.
If it's any consolation, I forgot my birthday this
Oh,
year.
did you? Okay,
I
so I'm
really did.
in trouble. I'm not in trouble this time around. So that's okay.
Not at all.
So I didn't get you anything, but if someone were to get you something small, seemingly insignificant, but would give you unsurmountable joy, what do you think that would be? Like just something small.
Well, I always joke because people think that I'm really hard to buy for. And I always joke that I'm the easiest person to buy for because I like three things. Um, so I always joke, you can get me black coffee. Can't go wrong with black coffee. I run on caffeine. Uh, Anything that says Soundgarden on it, I will love. So Soundgarden t-shirt, easy.
Now,
Um, and also I crochet now, so you can always get me yarn.
yarn, hang on.
Right? Those are all like very simple, easy things.
I didn't think I'd get yarn out of you, but I can go get that no problem. So,
Right? Just, you
um,
got
for Momsen, very good. All right, so that's you. I want to congratulate you again on Dear God. It's such a great album, such a great listen, and the Pretty Reckless back in Alberta, opening up for AC freaking DC August 9th, and then a little bit more intimate in Calgary at the Grey Eagle Event Center. We can't wait to see you, Taylor. Happy birthday again, and thank
thank
you for joy to talk to.
Oh my God. Thank you so much. We are so excited. We cannot wait to see you all in person at a rock and roll show.